Good morning. It's Monday morning, and we're at Romans 12:9. So I'm going to read a few verses here, maybe 9 through, 9 through 13. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not lag in zeal. Be ardent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints, extend hospitality to strangers. So we've come to these exhortations that Paul gives. I can never read this without thinking of my old friend Wesley Baker. Now, I knew Wesley Baker when I was in my late 20s, and he was probably in his early 70s. He had vast experience in the denomination. He had run all kinds of agencies. He had been a pastor. He'd been a short-term pastor. He'd invented the interim ministry. He told me that story. And he was working at that point with the Interim Network on the training for interim pastors that later became the training that everyone who can't find a job takes. I helped write about half of it. And so sometimes people say, well, have you ever had the interim training? And I say, who needs that? I wrote it. But I'll leave all those stories aside because we would be here for 20 minutes and we wouldn't get to any point. The thing that makes me think about Wesley is that he was kind of a smiling guy who liked to shock people sometimes. And so there's an old charge and benediction that some pastors used to use that reflects this passage kind of, let love be genuine, hold fast to what is good, render to no one evil for evil, heal the sick, and that kind of stuff. So Wesley did that one Sunday, and he got to heal the sick, and then he said, raise the dead. Congregation was stunned. None of them were ever going to raise anybody who was dead, and he knew it, and they knew it. But it was still kind of shocking to hear him say it. And he said later, well, why not? It's always a possibility if we believed, and so I always think of Wesley when I read these things. Because I kind of think that's what Paul was up to, outdo one another in showing honor. You remember Chip and Dale, the little chipmunks on the cartoons? I remember a cartoon that Chip and Dale are up in a tree or something, and the enemy, the wolf or whatever it is coming. And so they have to jump in this hole, in this hollow tree. And Chip says to Dale, oh, you first. And Dale says, oh, no, you first. No, you. No, you. And finally one of them says, shall we go together? And the other one goes, well, yes, let's. And they hold hands and they jump in at the same time. I think that's what you get when you say outdo one another in showing honor. Let the other person go first, and wherever you are. Except four-way stops. There we need to obey the rules. But most people don't know the rules, and so they just wave as they run through the stop sign. But don't get me started. Paul says, rejoice in hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. If you ever needed a motto for your life or an outline for your daily life, there it is. Do those things. Rejoice, be patient, and keep praying. And if you do that, you'll make it. You'll make it through the day. And that's all we're asked to do is make it till supper, till bedtime tonight. And tomorrow, we'll worry about tomorrow. So that's where we are today. We'll continue with some of these exhortations tomorrow. There's about 3 chapters of them here. But for today, remember that and go out there and raise the dead.